Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when the weight of struggle feels too heavy to carry. The nights are long, the setbacks seem endless, and the world whispers, give up. But in those moments, strength is born, not from comfort, not from ease, but from the very battles we thought would break us. And what keeps us pressing forward, it's the vision, the picture of a future we believe in, even when no one else can see it. Struggle is not a punishment, it's preparation. Each challenge, each failure, each disappointment is shaping you into someone stronger than you were yesterday. Think about it. Diamonds are formed under pressure, steel is forged in fire, and greatness is carved out of resistance. But strength alone is not enough. Without vision, strength has no direction. Vision is the compass in the storm. It whispers, keep going. This pain is temporary. What you're building is forever. Vision reminds us that setbacks are not dead ends. They are detours pushing us toward the life we're meant to live. When struggle and vision work together, something powerful happens. Struggle makes you unbreakable, and vision keeps you unstoppable. Together, they turn ordinary people into extraordinary leaders, dreamers into doers, and survivors into conquerors. Struggle is the classroom that nobody signs up for, but everybody learns from. You can read books, you can sit in seminars, you can listen to advice all day long, but when life knocks you down, when rent is due, when the light's about to get cut off, when you're back against the wall and nobody's picking up your calls, that's when you really learn what you're made of. Pressure reveals character. Struggle ain't just pain, it's training. It's the gym for your soul. See, people look at strength like it's something you're born with, like some people are just naturally tough and others aren't. But that's not the truth. Strength is earned. It's built through everything you survived that was designed to break you. When you walked through nights wondering if you were ever going to see the other side, but you kept walking, that's strength. When you had 100 reasons to quit, but you found one reason to keep going, that's strength. I remember someone once told me, if you pray for patience, don't expect God to just hand it to you. Expect traffic. Expect waiting. Expect moments that test you. That's how life works. You don't get stronger sitting in peace. You get stronger carrying weight. You get sharper through resistance. Every struggle is like resistance training for your spirit. And the heavier the struggle, the stronger you become. Think about a seed. You put in the dirt, bury it under soil, surrounded with darkness. From the outside, it looks like the seed has been buried, forgotten, maybe even dead. But what's really happening? That seed is breaking open. That pressure, that weight, that dirt, it's necessary. Because without the dirt, without the pressure, the seed never grows roots. Without roots, it never grows strong enough to reach the surface. The same is true for us. The dirt you've been buried under. It ain't your grave. It's your ground to grow. Most people run from struggle. They see pain and they quit. They hit a wall and they fold. But the ones who embrace it, who learn from it, who keep pushing through it, those are the ones who rise. Struggle doesn't mean you're losing. Struggle means you're in the process of building. There's a story about a young boxer training with an older coach. Every day the coach pushed him harder. More rounds, more punches, more pain. The boxer finally asked, why are you making this so hard? I'm already strong enough. The coach looked him in the eye and said, son, you don't train for the fight you're in. You train for the fight that's coming. Strength today is survival tomorrow. That hit me because life is the same way. The struggle you're in right now ain't always about today. It's preparing you for something bigger coming tomorrow. So when life feels heavy, understand this, that weight is not punishment. It's preparation. The struggle is shaping you into the person capable of holding the blessings you're asking for. You want success, you want freedom, you want greatness. You can't hold that with weak hands. You need struggle to build grip. Now let's talk about vision. Because strength without direction is wasted energy. You can be tough, you can be resilient, you can survive everything life throws at you. But if you don't have a vision, you're just running in circles. Vision is the GPS. Vision is the thing that keeps you moving when your legs are tired, when your mind is doubtful, when your heart feels heavy. Vision is the reminder that this moment right here is not the end. Vision is powerful because it makes you see what doesn't exist yet. It's the ability to picture something in your mind so clearly that reality has no choice but to catch up. Vision is seeing a skyscraper when all you got is bricks. It's seeing a business when all you got is an idea. It's seeing yourself free when all you got are chains around you. That picture in your mind, that's the fuel. That's what makes you say, I can't stop now. I've come too far to quit. There's a reason people who lose vision also lose momentum. Without vision, every obstacle looks permanent. Without vision, pain feels pointless. Without vision, it's easy to ask, why me? Instead of asking, what's this teaching me? But with vision, every setback feels temporary. Every struggle feels like a step closer. Every no you hear makes you hungry for the yes you know is coming. Think about the Wright brothers. Two men with nothing but scraps of wood and an idea about flying. Everybody laughed at them. They said, man, people weren't meant to fly. You're wasting your time. But vision is stubborn. Vision doesn't listen to doubters. Vision doesn't need permission. They failed again and again, crashed their planes, risked their lives, but because the vision was clear, they kept pushing. And today we fly around the world like it's nothing. That's the power of vision. Or take Thomas Edison. 10,000 times he tried to invent the light bulb and failed. People said he was wasting his life. He said, I didn't fail 10,000 times. I found 10,000 ways that don't work. That's vision talking. Vision reframes failure into feedback. Vision tells you, keep going. The world needs what you're building. The problem is, most people don't lose because of failure. They lose because they forget why they started. Vision is the why. Struggle builds the how. I'll put those two together and you're unstoppable. I want you to think about the hardest time in your life. Maybe it was losing someone you loved. Maybe it was a job you couldn't stand. Maybe it was nights where you didn't know how you were going to eat. Now I want you to realize you made it through. The strength you have today came from that moment. And if you had a vision back then, if you could see yourself on the other side, you know that vision is what pulled you through. Here's the thing, the vision has to be bigger than the pain. Because if your vision is small, pain will talk you out of it. But if your vision is massive, pain can't compete. Imagine you're running a marathon. Around mile 20, your body's screaming at you to quit. Every muscle hurts, your lungs burning, your feet blistered. But you see that finish line in your mind. That vision of crossing the line is louder than the pain. That's what gets you through. Sometimes vision isn't even about you. Sometimes your vision is about your family, your community, the people coming after you. Maybe your vision is to break generational curses. Maybe your vision is to show your kids a different life. Maybe your vision is to leave something behind that outlives you. When your vision is tied to purpose, quitting becomes impossible. There's a quote I carry with me. A man with a why can bear almost any how. That's the essence of vision. When your why is strong, no amount of struggle can take you out. But vision ain't just dreaming. It's discipline. It's waking up every day and working toward that picture in your mind even when the results aren't showing yet. Vision says, keep building. The world may not see it yet, but I do. And the beautiful part, the more you keep building, the more others start to see what you see. What was once invisible becomes undeniable. So let me tie this together. Struggle and vision, they're partners. Struggle makes you resilient. Vision keeps you persistent. Struggle gives you strength. Vision gives you direction. Struggle teaches you patience. Vision teaches you purpose. You can't have one without the other. If you only have vision, you'll give up the moment it gets hard. If you only have struggle, you'll be strong but lost. But if you have both, if you let the struggle shape your strength and the vision guide your steps, then there's nothing in this world that can stop you. Because the truth is, every time you overcome a struggle, your vision gets sharper. And every time you chase your vision, your struggles feel lighter. It's a cycle that builds greatness. So the next time life knocks you down, don't just ask for the struggle to end. Ask for the vision to grow stronger. Don't just wish for easier days. Wish for sharper eyes that can see beyond the pain. And remember this, the struggle made me strong and the vision kept me going. Growth don't come from comfort. Comfort might feel good, it might feel safe, but it don't stretch you. Growth only shows up when life makes you uncomfortable, when you're forced into places you didn't plan to be, when you're carrying weight you didn't ask for. Adversity is the soil where growth is planted. Every storm you go through leaves you different than before. And if you pay attention, it leaves you better. See, adversity strips you of the extras. It pulls off the mask. It exposes who you really are, and it shows you what you need to become. People say they want to be strong, but then they run from the very moments that could make them strong. People want wisdom, but they don't want the mistakes that give wisdom. They want elevation without the climb. It don't work like that. Think about a butterfly. Everybody loves the beauty of a butterfly, but nobody talks about the struggle inside that cocoon. That caterpillar goes through a process called metamorphosis. It breaks itself down inside that shell almost to nothing, just to rebuild into something greater. And when it's finally ready to break out, that struggle against the cocoon is what gives its wings strength. If someone tried to help it out too early, the wings wouldn't form right. It wouldn't be able to fly. The fight was necessary. That's how life works too. I've seen people who had everything handed to them, and I've seen people who had to fight for every single step. Guess who ends up with the deeper wisdom, the sharper instincts, the unshakable spirit? It's always the ones who had to grind through adversity. Because every time life knocked them down, they had to figure out how to stand taller. Every time doors closed, they had to learn how to build their own. Adversity don't just grow you, it introduces you to yourself. You don't really know who you are until you're tested. Anybody can smile when the sun's out, but when the rain comes, when the nights are long, when the money's short, when you feel like the world forgot about you, that's when you see your true reflection. And if you keep pushing, you discover you're tougher than you thought, wiser than you knew, stronger than you believed. There's an old saying, smooth seas never made a skilled sailor. If the water is always calm, the sailor never learns how to steer in the storm. It's the waves, the wind, the storms that build skill. And the same is true for us. If life was always easy, we'd never develop discipline, patience, or resilience. Growth is hidden in adversity, waiting on you to unlock it. But here's the key: growth don't just happen automatically. Some people go through adversity and stay bitter. Others go through the same adversity and come out better. The difference is mindset. Do you see adversity as punishment, or do you see it as preparation? Do you focus on what you lost or on what you learned? That shift in perspective is the difference between staying stuck and moving forward. Let me tell you a quick story. There was a man who lost everything in a fire: his house, his business, all his possessions. People felt sorry for him, expected him to collapse. But he said, "Now I'm free to build something even greater. The fire didn't destroy me, it cleared the path." That man rebuilt bigger than before, stronger than before. The adversity was the doorway to his greatest growth. That's how perspective transforms pain into progress. And that brings me to purpose, because purpose is the anchor that holds you steady in every storm. Without purpose, adversity will crush you. With purpose, adversity will shape you. Pain by itself feels meaningless, but pain tied to purpose becomes powerful. Think about an athlete in training. They put their body through pain every single day. Muscles sore, lungs burning, sweat pouring. If you didn't know their purpose, you'd think they were torturing themselves for no reason. But their purpose, to win the championship, to set records, to inspire, makes the pain worth it. Purpose gives pain meaning. That's why some people can go through struggles that would break others. It's not that they don't feel the pain. It's that their purpose is bigger than the pain. Their why is louder than the hurt. When you know why you're doing something, quitting stops being an option. There's a quote: "He who has a why can bear almost any how." And it's true. If your why is to change your family's story, you'll endure the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the setbacks. If your why is to break cycles, you'll keep fighting even when it feels impossible. If your why is to leave a legacy, you'll keep planting seeds even if you know you won't sit in the shade. Purpose turns suffering into sacrifice, and sacrifice births greatness. History is full of people who endured unimaginable pain because their purpose demanded it. Think about those who fought for freedom, who stood for justice, who gave their lives for causes bigger than themselves. They didn't do it because it was easy. They did it because their purpose was more valuable than their comfort. That's the level of purpose we gotta tap into if we want to live fully. Purpose also gives clarity. When you know your purpose, you stop chasing every distraction. You stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. You focus on what aligns with your mission. You say no to what doesn't serve your vision. Purpose simplifies your life even in the middle of chaos. I've seen people grind for money alone, and when the money came, they still felt empty. Why? Because money without purpose is just paper. Success without purpose is still failure. But when you tie your success to a purpose, every win feels like fulfillment, not just achievement. Purpose also connects you to people. When you live with purpose, you inspire others to do the same. You become a light, a blueprint, a reminder that life is about more than just surviving. It's about serving, building, creating, leaving something behind. And when the struggle comes, those people you've inspired become part of your strength. Purpose multiplies. Now here's the thing: purpose doesn't always show up loud and clear. Sometimes it starts as a whisper. Sometimes you only see pieces of it in the beginning. But as you move, as you grow through adversity, your purpose reveals itself more. Every challenge you face is not just testing you, it's teaching you. Every lesson adds another piece to the puzzle. Before long, you start to see the bigger picture of why you're here and what you're meant to do. And when you find that purpose, hold it close, because life will test it. Doubt will test it. Fear will test it. But if you keep moving with purpose, no amount of pain can stop you. Pain will still hurt, but it won't own you. Struggle will still come, but it won't define you. Purpose is what makes the journey worth it, no matter how hard it gets. So let me leave you with this. Adversity is the soil where growth happens. Don't run from it. Don't curse it. Let it shape you. Let it reveal the strength you didn't know you had, and tie every struggle to a purpose bigger than yourself. Because when your purpose is clear, no pain can hold you down. Growth comes through adversity, and purpose outweighs pain. Together, they transform everything. Struggle is a strange teacher. Most of us try to avoid it, but it's the very thing that makes us unbreakable. Pressure creates cracks in the weak, but it forges diamonds in those who refuse to fold. If you think about your life, the moments that shaped you most weren't the easy ones. They weren't the days where everything went smooth. They were the nights you cried yourself to sleep but woke up anyway. They were the mornings you didn't feel like moving, but you laced up your shoes and showed up. That's where unbreakable gets built. Unbreakable doesn't mean untouched. It doesn't mean you didn't fall or feel pain. It means you refused to stay down. It means every time life thought it had you finished, you rose stronger. The scars you carry aren't signs of weakness. They're proof that you survived battles others couldn't even imagine. There's a story about a Japanese art form called kintsugi. When a piece of pottery breaks, instead of throwing it away, they repair it with gold, making the cracks part of the design. The pottery doesn't just survive, it becomes more valuable because of its breaks. That's what struggle does to us. It doesn't erase the cracks. It fills them with wisdom, resilience, and strength. It makes us priceless in ways smooth journeys never could. But to reach that place, you got to stop seeing struggle as punishment. You got to see it as a process. Every storm, every setback, every heartbreak is testing your foundation. It's asking, can you bend without breaking? And the more you prove you can, the more unshakable you become. Unbreakable is built in silence too. Think about the times nobody believed in you, when nobody clapped for you, when you were grinding in the shadows. Struggle in those moments taught you self-belief. It taught you to clap for yourself, to validate your own vision, to trust your own voice. That's a skill most people never learn. Most people need applause to move. But when struggle teaches you to move without applause, you become unstoppable. Unbreakable also comes from repetition. The boxer who trains every day, taking hits, pushing his body past the limit, he's building durability. When he finally steps into the ring, nothing surprises him because he's been through it all before. Life works the same way. When you face enough struggles, nothing can shock you anymore. You've seen it, you've felt it, you've survived it. At that point, breaking becomes impossible. But strength alone ain't the finish line, because being unbreakable with no direction is like having armor but no mission. That's where vision comes in. Vision is what makes you unstoppable. Strength helps you endure the blows, but vision tells you where you're going after you've taken them. Vision is a picture of the future so clear that it pulls you through the present. It's the reason people keep running when they're tired, the reason they keep working when nobody's watching, the reason they keep believing when the world doubts them. Without vision, strength can turn into stagnation. You can be tough but stuck. With vision, your toughness turns into momentum. There's a saying, a man without a vision for his future will always return to his past. That's why people who don't have vision keep repeating cycles. They get money but blow it. They get opportunities but waste them. They get chances but lose focus. Because without vision, every blessing feels temporary. With vision, even setbacks become investments. Let me give you an example. There was a man who grew up surrounded by poverty and violence. He faced struggles most people couldn't survive: loss, betrayal, prison, failure. But through all of it, he carried a vision of building businesses, creating opportunities, uplifting his people. The struggles didn't stop him, they sharpened him. And because the vision was bigger than the pain, he became unstoppable. That's the formula. Unbreakable plus unstoppable equals legacy. Vision also gives you patience. You ever notice how farmers don't panic after planting seeds? They know the rain will come, the sun will shine, the crops will grow in their season. Vision works the same way. If you can see the harvest in your mind, you won't stress about the time it takes. You'll water your seeds, tend your soil, and trust the process. That's how unstoppable people think. They don't measure progress by the day, they measure it by destiny. Unstoppable doesn't mean you never feel tired. It doesn't mean you never think about quitting. It means the vision is louder than the doubt. When your body says stop, your vision says keep going. When the world says no, your vision whispers yes. That voice becomes your fuel, your compass, your reminder that the grind has meaning. Think about inventors, dreamers, leaders. Every one of them faced rejection, failure, ridicule, but their vision wouldn't let them stop. Edison tried thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. Walt Disney got told he wasn't creative. People laughed at the Wright brothers for trying to fly. But vision is stubborn. It doesn't need approval. It just needs commitment. That's why visionaries become unstoppable. Now let's put it together. Struggle makes you unbreakable. Vision makes you unstoppable. One without the other leaves you incomplete. If you're unbreakable but lack vision, you're just a survivor with no destination. If you have vision but no resilience, the first setback will crush you. But when you've been forged by struggle and guided by vision, there's no limit to what you can build. Unbreakable means you can't be destroyed. Unstoppable means you can't be delayed. Together, that means you're inevitable. Your success, your growth, your impact, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Every time you feel like the struggle is too heavy, remind yourself it's building your unbreakable spirit. Every time your vision feels too far, remind yourself it's pulling you toward the finish line. The two work hand in hand like wings on a bird. Struggle strengthens one wing, vision strengthens the other. And when both are strong, you soar. So the next time life puts you through the fire, don't curse the struggle, thank it. Because it's making you strong. And when your strength begins to fade, look to your vision. Let it pull you forward. For the struggle made me strong and the vision kept me going. And if you hold on to both, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. Thank you.